Good morning. It's Wednesday, August 19, 2015. Welcome to Delta Daybreak. I'm Kandace alongside the great Mirages Riley Hale. So happy hump day to everyone out there.
Happy hump day.
Let's go ahead and talk about, I guess, the weather. That's what everyone is really here to listen to, right? They just want to know what's exactly to hear what good old Riley has to say. They're just like, Kandace, be quiet. Let Riley talk about the weather. So that's what I'm going to do.
We actually have a very exciting weather.
I'm here at Delta State University here in Cleveland, Mississippi, where police say they do have a person of interest in this case. They are looking for this man. His name is Shannon Lamb. Police say he is still at large at this time. If you have any information in regards to this shooting, definitely contact the Cleveland Police Department as soon as possible. For WXVT News, I'm Kandace Red.
Presidential hopeful Donald Trump kicks out a Univision reporter, and that was during his news conference. Well, Hannah Daniels has the details and more.
Sit down. Sit down. Go ahead. No, you don't. You haven't been called. Go back to Univision.
To your early morning news, in Grenada, police are sending a warning to the public saying do not approach a man by the name of Eugene Frey because he is dangerous. Lieutenant Farmer tells WXVT Eugene Frey is wanted for parole violation with the Mississippi Department of Corrections. And Frey is described as 6 feet tall and about 180 pounds. Well, he was last seen wearing a black shirt, black pants, and tennis shoes. Of course, if you have any information, contact the Grenada Police Department. That number is 662-226-1211. Well, civil rights activists and community leaders in the Mississippi Delta are coming together to discuss the importance of justice, especially in the Black community, where a Color of Justice forum was held Saturday morning at the Delta Towers in Greenville. Well, panel discussions ranged from social injustice to police brutality. And April Muhammad spoke to WXVT about the importance of change.
Our approach of going this way by way of education is simply because it was miseducation, the reason why we're in the condition that we're in now. We got to come together first and stop the senseless thing we're doing before we could demand that from others on a broader scale. So education is the way of doing it, and we feel that this is one of the best settings to do from a law standpoint, from actually more so a spiritual standpoint, from an economical standpoint, and from a family domestic standpoint.
Well, the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March was also a major topic at the forum, and the march is scheduled for October 10th. Well, news across the South, Mississippi is not the only southern state debating the Confederate flag. A high school in Louisiana is restricting Confederate battle flags that have been displayed for decades at athletic events. Well, West Monroe High School has banned students from flying the flag from their vehicles on campus. The school principal says clothing featuring the flag will still be allowed at games. Administrators confiscated several flags on Friday, and they plan on returning them to students or parents. Well, according to the school principal, the new restrictions are based on nationwide response to the killings in June of 9 black worshipers at a church in South Carolina. Well, people across the nation are remembering the tragedy of Hurricane Katrina. Former President George W. Bush was in the Magnolia State on Friday, and Bush, Governor Phil Bryant, and former Governor Haley Barbour honored the first responders to Hurricane Katrina at the First Responders Remembrance in Gulfport. Well, the ceremony was held at Barksdale Pavilion in Jones Park, and more than 200 lives were lost in Mississippi due to Katrina. Here's what some people had to say there.
Had nothing but the uniform that you wore. All had been washed away, as the song says so beautifully. But you came back, strong, determined. You see, everywhere that someone needed help, you were there.
There are things about Katrina that we should celebrate every day. Celebrate the strong, self-reliant people of Mississippi who got knocked flat by this awful disaster. And yet, they got right back up and hitched up their britches and went to work.
At least 1,500 first responders attended the rally. Well, new this morning, there's a new record for the longest and heaviest alligator harvested in the state of Mississippi. Take a look, an alligator that was 14 feet, 1/4 inch long, and weighing 826 pounds broke Mississippi's records that other gators had set earlier that same day for length and weight. Well, Ricky Flint is the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks Program Coordinator. He says it's the first gator officially documented in the state at more than 14 feet long, and Kenny Crenshaw and Ronnie Clifton hunted and shot the gator on Saturday. Flint says he wouldn't be surprised to see that record broken. Well, in Greenville, the 23rd annual food festival went off without a hitch. The event was held yesterday afternoon at the Washington County Convention Center. Good morning and welcome back. This is Delta Daybreak. As you can see, the anchor desk is filled right now with 3 special guests. I have Gentry High School coach Gregory Redd, Louisville Central High School coach Jerry Walker, and then of course PR Adoris Turner sitting here with me today. And we're going to talk about the 2nd annual Unity Bowl. So let's go ahead and get the conversation started, gentlemen. Doris, go ahead and define for people who do not know, what is the Unity Bowl, how did it come about, and why should people show up?
Well, good deal. The Unity Bowl is Louisville Central High Tigers and the Gentry High School Rams in the Sunflower County Consolidated School District coming together to play what has always been a really good rivalry game.
Right.
But now that we're all in one school district, we dubbed it the Unity Bowl. Former athletic director.
I'm Kandace. I'm here live at Delta State University in Cleveland, where a professor is dead after an active shooting on campus. Police say they are looking for this man. He is a person of interest in this case. Police are looking for the man named Shannon Lamb, and this after police got a call this morning around 10 o'clock about an active shooting on campus. When police arrived, they did find the body of the victim. His name is Ethan Smith. They found his body in an office, and Smith is apparently a professor here at the university. Well, meanwhile, the university did take to Twitter telling all students to remain inside of the building as part of a lockdown since this morning. The students have been released from the halls and from the buildings. Police are not releasing any further information at this time as it relates to the victim. For WXVT News, I'm Kandace Redd.
Celebrity from the town of Mississippi is making headlines. Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy are calling it quits. Say it ain't so. And this is after 4 decades of being together. The two announced the split last month, but sources say Kermit has already been spotted with another lady named Denise. Oh my goodness, Miss Piggy, what are we gonna do? Denise is right there in the middle. Just this love triangle. Oh goodness. Well, Kermit took to Twitter to clean up the rumor, saying, quote, "While I prefer to keep my personal life private, this is Hollywood, so who am I kidding? It is true that I am dating again. However, at this time, no one woman, pig or otherwise, is my official new girlfriend. We are simply close friends," end quote. Well, they all seem to say that we're just friends, right, Riley? Well, Miss Piggy hasn't made any comments on the love triangle rumor. Riley, what's going on? What are we going to do here with this?
Poor Miss Piggy. What a heartbreak coming out of Hollywood. You want to get into the Delta chat?
Unfortunately, we don't have that much time, so let's go ahead and talk about the weather so we can wrap up the show.
Let's talk about the weather then. We do have the clouds pushing off to the east, so we're starting out mostly sunny and then topping out at 95 degrees today.
All right, thanks, Riley. It seems as though our trivia winner was Daquita Johnson from Greenville. The answer was milk. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.